Welcome. And today we'll dive into a couple of great I Don't Work Here Lady stories and their reactions. Coming up we have Touched by Satan. Plus we have Chad, are you slow or something? Me, yes actually, I am. And finally, I'm not a tour guide. I just know you're gonna love these stories, so this should be a fun session. Hi, this is Derek. I just put the drama llama, Fred, back in his pen so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. If this is your first time watching our videos, help me out by watching to the end, and then giving me some feedback in the comment area below. I do respond to every single one, so don't be shy. And if you want more of these videos daily, don't forget to like and subscribe, with notifications turned on for this channel. Oh boy, let's get ready for some drama queens. The Quiet Familiar posted. Touched by Satan. I've worked in retail and customer service positions my whole life. And frequently get mistaken for an employee when I'm not. I've gotten used to it, and for the most part understand it. Oftentimes it happens when I am running errands after work in black uniform slacks. And the basic shirts I wear underneath my work logo embroidered button-downs. I also carry around a large key ring of jingly keys. I can't really blame people under those circumstances. Anyway, here is my most recent interaction for your enjoyment. I was shopping at a large chain pharmacy on an unusual mission. To spend a $400 health benefit card that was about to expire. It only worked on certain items, so I was having to spend a decent amount of time finding things that qualified that my household could actually use. Out of the corner of my eye, I occasionally kept spotting the same little old lady. Over and over, I was catching glances of her peering down aisles at me. I assumed because of my outfit that day. It was my day off. And I was wearing my punk rock adjacent street clothing. I'm used to stares and glares for even though my style has toned down with age. I paid her no mind and kept shopping. About 45 minutes into my mission, my cart was nearly full and I was focused on reading fine print ingredients on some product. I hear someone's throat clear. I look up and see the little old lady. She looks me up and down several times. I have my hair in a messy rat's nest ponytail on top of my head. Black and white striped drainpipe jeans, Doc Martens. And a black t-shirt with Touched by Satan in large print. And an image of Satan touching someone on the shoulder. With a speech bubble saying, "Tag you're it," causing them to burst into flames. I push my glasses back up my nose and look at her. She stares at my shirt. I stare back at her. She adjusts her glasses, clears her throat again, and raises her eyes to meet mine. We make prolonged, awkward eye contact. I'm silent, internally flinching, expecting to get backlash about my shirt, and finally she says, "Do you work here?" I am completely dumbfounded. No I don't. "Oh, that's, I thought you worked here. Since you have a cart filled with so much." I just was hoping for some help finding laundry detergent." "I'm sorry." She pursed her lips and looked puzzled and embarrassed. Well, I don't work here, but I do shop here often, so I know where it is." "Follow me, I'll show you." She made a sound like she was going to protest. But I strode off with confidence to lead her to the detergent. She followed. I pointed out the detergent section once we were in eyeshot. After she spotted it, she smiled warmly back at me and said, "Thank you, sweetie, you have a good day." I wished her the same and went back to finish my shopping. After a 15+ years of getting grief over my clothing choices. This confusing interaction warmed my heart. Hopefully it warms one or two hearts here on Reddit. Thanks for reading. What are your thoughts on the Quiet Familiar story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Harry WWC reacted with, "I think I heard the sound of personal growth in that little old lady's life." INDR Queen reacted with, "I can relate to what you were expecting to happen. At 32 I still dress like the little goth emo chick I was at 16. I'm forever found in band shirts and skinny jeans, unless I'm working. I've been stopped several times in shops and told to repent for my sins and denounce Satan. Which is surprising because most of the places that I've lived in the UK are fairly open-minded. But it always ends up being the woman with the Karen haircut that says it." Adventures in Nonsense reacted with. First off, that shirt's hilarious. Second, if she's old she may not have seen it clearly from a distance. And realized once she saw it close that the chances of you working there were slim to nil. But she'd already gotten your attention. So the awkwardness on her side may have been less the content of your shirt, and more her realizing she was mistaken and resigning herself to asking anyway. That's how it would have been for my grandma. What a bunch of great reactions. Now on to the next story posted by 1000 Mile Boner, who posted, "Chad, are you slow or something?" Me, yes actually, I am. I hope this follows all the rules of this subreddit. Quick preface, I was in a very serious car accident a little over a year ago. This left me some brain damage, nerve damage, etc. Throughout many days I have episodes where I get disoriented. Forget where I am, what I'm doing, what's going on around me. I used to do heavy manual labor but am now working at a well-known department store with aprons of a certain citrus variety. A couple days ago I was shopping at our store with a friend in a black and orange hooded flannel. I love flannels and have this exact one in multiple colors, but this one was the only clean one at the time. I am approached by a middle-aged man carrying a small metal piece related to light bulbs. Well, at this certain point of our trip I was starting to have an episode. My body got really hot, I zoned out quite a bit and was just overall not there 100%. He asks me where he can find a replacement for this piece, and I point toward the hardware department even though I was off duty, not in uniform and clearly shopping myself. Where I pointed seemed to confuse him, and he muttered something under his breath, while giving a really puzzled look, but goes anyway. We go to the water fountains near the bathrooms in the back, so I can get some fluids in my system and chill out a bit. When we continue shopping a few minutes later, who passes us? None other than puzzled look man complaining about stupid employees and blah blah blah. Oh no. It's about to go down. At first he stops a few feet away from me looking around, clearly searching for the stupid guy who sent him over to the hardware department, until he realizes I'm standing right by him. He locks eyes with me and the conversation goes as follows. PLM, are you the one who sent me all around the store looking like a fool? Me, I'm sorry. I was confused by what you showed me. PLM, it's a blank. I forget the exact name of the piece. Why the F would you send me to the hardware aisle? Are you retarded or something? Is this one of those programs? Me, while customers are starting to notice the commotion, I'm sorry man. I'm not even working right now, I'm just trying to enjoy my day off. I didn't mean to send you to the wrong place. At this point another employee walks up and tries to defuse the situation seeing me, their subpar mental capacity coworker, and a fuming customer in a situation. Coworker to PLM, what seems to be the problem? PLM, thank God, are you retarded too? Or do you think you can show where I can find this? Gestures to the small piece in his hand. Me, sir, I understand you can't know this, but I am a bit slow at times. I have fairly severe brain damage and also, as I said before, it is my day off gesturing at coworker's apron. When I say this guy turned white as a ghost. I poop you not white. As a ghost. Mouth agape. It was glorious. After this everything dies down a bit and I bask in the small win. I know this isn't as eventful as most stories, and will most likely get buried or taken down as I technically do work here, but nonetheless. This subreddit is the first place I thought of as it all unfolded. One last note, sympathy is never something I seek. I'm very high functioning and work with someone who truly has a rough condition. So I don't take advantage of it, but I couldn't stand this man talking to anyone like this. I just imagined him saying it to someone much more emotional than I, and it broke my heart. Quick edit, I know I suck at telling stories. This probably is a lot less of a heroic tale of overcoming a rude person, and more a confusing jumble of quotes. Please refrain from pooping on me. What are your thoughts on 1000 Mile Boner story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. How Sky reacted with, pointing to the apron made him realize that, in a conversation with the man with severe brain damage, he was the stupid one. Brilliant. Also a perfect fit for this sub. No Name Batman reacted with, I love this as well. Whether it was intentional in the moment or not. It was a brilliant move. Well done. Catherine Rose 89 reacted with. Like the one time my math teacher said while laughing. Are you blind or something? Well, yes, I'm legally blind. I've explained this to you. The look on her face. What a bunch of great reactions. Now on to the next story posted by Oxwalk, who posted, usual disclaimer, on phone, English not my first language. I'm not a tour guide. About 11 years ago, my wife and I got engaged. My mother-in-law decided to gift us with an expenses-covered trip to Paris as an engagement gift. So, we found ourselves spending a week in Paris, enjoying the city. Also, we met an old friend. My friend, nicknamed Indy, was doing a postgraduate degree in Paris. We met a couple of nights and we scheduled to visit the Louvre together. Next day, we met outside of the Louvre. Along with Indy was his GF. She was a history of arts major, slightly important for later, from Norway. Indy was an archaeology postgraduate. He has, since his preteen years, an obsession with ancient history, important for the story. Also relevant to story, my wife likes to read a lot of history books. We start our tour in the Louvre from the Roman section, with Indy taking the role of explaining what we were seeing. Now, because of his GF, we all speak English. We pass the Roman section, followed by the Greek, stopping on the Aphrodite of Milos. In that section, Indy really took off with his explaining. Not only with Aphrodite but with the Muses as well, statues of them in the same section. Then up the stairs to take pics of Nike and onwards to the Renaissance section. On the way towards the next section, we stopped in room that had models of some of the wonders of the ancient world. One of them was a model of the Temple of Zeus in Olympia, and the giant statue of Zeus made from ivory and gold. Indy stops to explain this to his GF and my wife decides to chip in about cheating in original Olympic Games, started a light-hearted banter. They're talking in our native language, and I'm trying to translate to Indy's GF. And then it happened. Stressed mom, excuse me. What the guide is talking about. I turn around and see a woman in her 30s and two boys. The older around 8 to 9 years old and the younger around 6 to 7 years old. Everything on her screams tourist. She wears a sundress, has a small backpack, with supplies for the children, we found out later, a guide to the Louvre book and a look of stress on her face. My wife and I have that look occasionally now, it's common on parents. Me, they're talking about cheating on the ancient Olympics. Amazed child 1, wow. They used to cheat back then. The younger one is glued to the model. Amazed child 2, who's that? He asked pointing at the statue. That caught Indy's attention. Indy, that's Zeus, the leader of the Greek gods? Amazed child 2, wow. Amazed child 1, where is Mona Lisa? Indy, down this corridor. You can't miss it. Amazed child 1, cool. Can you tell us the story for that? An awkward pause from everyone. Stressed mom, a bit embarrassed, you're not a tour guide, are you? Indy, no madam, I'm not. A sigh came out. Stressed mom. She grabbed her book tighter. Stressed mom, I'm sorry. You were speaking with such authority. And the book is so unhelpful, we kinda thought. You know. Indy, it's alright. I hope I helped. In fact, we were going to visit the next section. If you want to follow. But I won't do the talking. Hannah, his girlfriend, is more apt in this period than Indy. Hannah waved, smiling. Amazed child 1, can we go with him mom? Please? She looked to each of us, trying to decide. Stressed mom, if it's not too much trouble. No trouble at all, both Indy and Hannah replied. Amazed child 1 and 2, yay. Stressed mom, but, you have to be quiet and listen to the nice people. Amazed child 1 and 2, yes mom. They followed us the rest of the day at the Louvre, with either Indy or Hannah answering the kids' questions. It was lovely to see the look of amazement on their faces. As we walked through the museum, the mother told us her husband was invited in a week-long convention in Paris from his company and brought them along for vacations. She insisted to buy us lunch, which we politely declined. We settled for coffee in one of the small cafes outside of Louvre. Her husband joined us later on. The kids asked a million questions about the exhibits during our coffee. But their true delight was they discovered Hannah was from a country that had Vikings. All in all, a nice stroll in the Louvre. What are your thoughts on Auxwalk's story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Scion God King reacted with, "This was far too wholesome. I'm used to these stories having wild Karens galore. I think I need to go read some of those stories as this one feels too wholesome. It happens. Not always, not frequently, but they happen." And finally, Adopts Death's Cats reacted with, "This is the truly amazing thing about children. When they are well trained and interested, it is such a delight to teach them. This story highlights the absolute joy of teaching. It's for moments like this that most people are teachers. And we could anticipate that the children will be well behaved by the fact that the mother had come prepared with things for them in her backpack. Not expecting them to be happy being dragged around the city all day without any supplies. Whenever a parent shows up with kids in tow and no supplies for them, it's always a bad sign. Death says good kittens are always a delight." Well, there you have it. A perfectly great set of reactions from a bunch of upstanding citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. And hit that silly little bell as well to ensure you get the latest videos as they come out. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. He must have found more stories for me to share with you. See you soon.